This is the video that I wish that I had after first starting out, and after 10 years of agency experience, I thought I would compile the sales process that you can implement across any niche, any service, and dependent on your experience. A lot of agency owners still get this wrong every single day, and they wonder why they can't close clients. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because I'm going to be sharing some tips and tricks that you can implement in your agency today to make a difference. Before I get into this video, I have put together a 1-hour free course on how to secure your first client as an agency owner inside our community with over 750 members inside for you to network with and share knowledge. I'll put the link in the description and it's worth you checking it out. We literally walk you through everything you need to get started and help you with the right framework so you don't make the same mistakes that most agency owners are making on a daily basis. Okay guys, so I've switched over to Loom so that we can really get a visualization of the 4-step sales process that I have been using for a number of years. Now, like I've put here, if you're skipping the discovery, you're doing it all wrong. There's a lot of agency owners that are only doing 2 out of these 4 steps. So make sure you take notes and follow along. Now, I've designed this 4-step sales process that a lot of agency owners use, and I'm sure other people have designed it before me, but it's really important to establish a genuine rapport with that prospect and achieve a successful close. Now, the number one thing is obviously going to be your initial prospecting. You should be doing a multi-channel sequence. We have a multi-channel framework that we've identified in Client Capital. So if you do join the free community, as I mentioned, you will be able to get to see that. But whether you're booking a discovery call through LinkedIn, cold calling, Loom approaches, appointment setters, email marketing, whatever it is, we need to make sure that we have a good transition into the discovery call. So that should be a solid call to action. When we get to a discovery call, this is crucial. This is a qualification between you and the potential client. Now, the real reason why we do a discovery call is to really understand their vision, their strategy, their goals. We need to make this call about them. I'm going to show you on the next slide a few key points of the discovery call, but the most important thing is to identify the pain points. If you don't have the pain points, we can't present a viable solution in the demo. Now, the primary purpose of the demo is to obviously show our services. However, it's to also give them a visual representation of their pain points that they mentioned in the discovery and presenting them a viable solution based on those specific pain points. We need to remember that business is problem and solution. So if you can nail that part, then you will have a more successful close. Now, the demo call also allows us to be able to continue building that rapport, show that we're subject matter experts, leverage our unique selling point, and making sure that we come across confidently so we can close. Then an onboarding call. Now, a lot of agency owners skip this step. I really don't know why. They try and get pay in full on the call. Actually, the onboarding process is really good because it's going to help you with customer success and retention, especially if it's a retained client. But also, it's going to allow you to upsell in the near future. What we're doing here is we're building additional rapport. We're setting the strategic roadmap for our long-term partnership. So this is still part of the sales process. Because if we come off a demo call and let's say they haven't paid the invoice in between the demo and the onboarding, we can use the onboarding call as a hook to make sure that they've paid that invoice. So the demo and the onboarding call is super, super important. Now, the discovery call, let's go into this in a little bit more detail. So as I mentioned, the main fundamentals are pain points, goals, vision, strategy, rapport, budgets. Okay, and when I mean budgets, we want to identify how much they've got to allocate for your specific agency. Do not ask them how much money they've got to spend. We need to make sure that when we're speaking to these prospects, we come across professional. This is a chance for you to give a little bit of value. However, I want to re-emphasize, we make the discovery call about them. Every business owner loves talking about their business. So make sure you turn it on them and do some question and answering so that these guys can feel the benefit of your call. Now, also, one last thing that I'd say, when I say question and answers, I don't want it to come across like an interview, guys. Make sure it's a two-way communication. And then obviously a CTA, which is a call to action straight into the demo call. So let's look at the structure. First of all, we're going to do some introduction and rapport building. This is going to set the tone for the conversation, okay? It can significantly impact the success of the call. Now, when we say rapport building, guys, we don't necessarily mean small talk like saying, how are you? The weather's great. We need to do some mirroring. This is where we can really understand if they are a pragmatic prospect Or if they're quite an energetic and bubbly prospect, we need to match that energy. Value and education. Okay, we need to enhance the chances of progressing in the sales process. So we need to add value and educating the client. This doesn't mean presenting your company presentation. This actually just means coming across as a subject matter expert, showing that you're passionate about their business, and asking any relevant questions that you think is going to set the tone of that call. Questioning. Now, again, this is not an interview. Okay, we need to really understand why we're asking these questions. And let me break it down for you. If we get the right answers to the questions, we're going to be able to identify the pain points that we can present in the demo and sell much easier. This is also going to help with rapport building again throughout the process. It shows that you've got an interest into their business. They don't just want some agency owner that is so passionate about getting the Stripe link paid. So we need to make sure we're building that strong rapport. And then a call to action. We need to use a really good call to action here to hook them into the demo call. Now, if you've not shown your demo presentation, which is what I've taught you today, make sure you don't. You can use this as a hook for your call to action. Mr. Client, in the demo call, I'm going to do a custom proposal for you where I'm going to be able to add some significant value that you can implement into your business for free, even if you're not interested in continuing. Let me get you booked in for a call tomorrow at 3 p.m. Okay, that's just an example, and we can really break down a nice hard call to action. Suggest date and time is the best way to do it. Get them thinking about the date and time. Don't get them thinking about, yes, I want to join the call, or no, I don't want to join the call. Then the demo call, okay? So the fundamentals of a demo is giving them a visual representation of both the pain points and the viable solution. Now, a lot of people go so wrong when they're presenting demos. We need to make sure it's engaging. That doesn't mean just asking the prospect, do you understand what I'm talking about, right? We need to engage with that prospect. Make sure that they feel so encouraged to watch the rest of your demo presentation. We need to make it personalized. Guys, you can have a standardized demo presentation and personalize a few slides in a matter of 5 minutes. I've done it throughout my whole career. Do not be lazy. Have a slight bit of personalization, because that's going to allow you to come across like you're actually tailoring it to their business. Solution orientated, we need to make sure that it is obviously solution orientated for their business. Value, we need to make sure that we're consistently giving that value. We're consistently educating that client. So for example, if your service is Facebook ads, okay, and you're targeting perhaps a insurance industry, they have a very traditional approach, right? So they're going to need to understand why Facebook ads is going to be a great service for revenue generation. So that's just an example. Make sure that the value is there at all times. Then closing. Obviously, at the end of the demo call, we're going to do some closing. Now, this is where you're going to be able to handle any objections, trust, price, talk to the wife, talk to the board, whatever it is. I will do a separate video on closing for you guys so that you can really understand how to close a client effectively. What I will tell you is this: if you do a confident-driven sales process where you take that prospect all the way from initial prospecting, a good value-driven discovery call, as well as a value-driven demo presentation, then you will find it so much easier. Closing doesn't just happen at the end of the call. What it does is it happens throughout the sales process by assuming the sale, but I will go into more detail as I explained. Now, here's how to structure your demo right. First of all, we want to not jump in straight away and share our screen. We still need to do the introduction and rapport building. Set the tone of the call, okay? Make sure you give them what to expect. How long's the demo call going to be? What are you going to cover? Make some small talk if you have to. Then break down your services. You want to do a bit of a breakdown of your services, but make it personalized to you, okay? You are a young entrepreneur. You want to leverage that unique selling point. Then you want to do your pain points and solutions. Every pain point that we've identified in the discovery call, we want to present that viable solution. And then roadmap and close. This is where we're going to be able to close the prospect. So a hard call to action to onboarding. Sorry, I don't know why I put demo there, but hard call to action to onboarding to prompt your prospect to continue with the sales process. So that is the sales process, guys. So I wish you all the best of luck when it comes to taking a client from a cold lead and a cold approach all the way through to closing with confidence. Now, I'm going to do videos on every bit, breaking it down, including the onboarding call. So make sure you do subscribe and you stay tuned.